Into the month of November we go today, and we could really do with some strong results. We've been floundering of late. We started the season completely unstoppable, winning left, right and centre. Then things didn't necessarily go according to plan in the last episode. We drew with Watford. We lost to AC Milan. We beat Chelsea at least, but we lost to West Ham. We beat Arsenal, but we lost to Ajax. Thankfully, we ended on a win. So moving into today's episode, I hope to beat Swansea. We need to beat Ajax. And then obviously I hope to beat Aston Villa as well. Tomorrow we will have Brighton, CSK Moscow and Tottenham. And we'll move into the month of December, which is particularly busy right now. With Forest twice, Leicester, AC Milan, another game that we absolutely have to win. Palace, Newcastle, Bournemouth, and we end the month with Manchester United. Now, if we win against Forest here, then we'll have another 2 games in January. And of course, we'll still have an FA Cup game at some point in January too. So, really busy over the Christmas period. That's why we bought the new players for the squad without selling anyone, other than Doucouré, but he needed to be replaced anyway. A couple of changes have been made. Into the starting lineup comes Calvin Phillips at your explicit request. And Tyler Adams has dropped to the bench. Adams will replace Phillips now in the rotation side and start alongside McKennie, so both of the Americans are playing together. I have made a change as well to the squad numbers as per your request. Jadon Sancho is now number 7 and Ed Militao is now number 4. So changes have been made throughout. I can now move Saint-Maximin back to the starting lineup as he's back from injury. Swansea to start us then. And then a really big game against Ajax in the Champions League. But we need to get back to winning ways consistently in the Premier League. Swansea have lost every single game they've played so far this season. They have scored 1 goal in those 10 games and conceded 27. Stephen Bender in goal. Tatsutu Riedewald, our former player at centre-back for them. Lever, Danda and Pettersson. And Gonzalez up top. It's a really unfamiliar looking Swansea side. Stendera off a ball. Lenihan still captain for Swansea. I mean, that start. If they're starting 76 rated Riedewald at centre-back, then that shows you the quality, or more the lack of it, in their starting lineup. We have to win this, and we've got to win this well. Lorenzo. Oh, hello. That needed saving. Relatively comfortable stop for Engel. Had his feet set well, but that was drifting towards that far top corner. If that had gone in, it would have been one hell of a way to score your 2nd goal in 11 games, wouldn't it? You just know that Swansea are going to be one of the toughest teams we've had to play against all season long. That was a terrible idea to play that pass there. They're going to play out of their skin, aren't they? And they're going to probably stand a good chance of beating me. Although, thankfully, they fouled me there. And we'll get the ball back. Here's Hugo. Lever back to Stendera. Through the gap to Lever again. Lorenzo Gonzalez to Lever for a 2nd time. Swansea are playing like they're top of the league right now. Not like they're rock bottom and have lost every single game so far this season. It's not like they've seemingly been unlucky in losing as many games either, because if you only score 1 goal in 10 games, then I'm pretty sure you don't deserve to be anywhere but bottom of the table. And they might stay bottom. Well, they certainly will, even if they beat me, because they're 4 points away from 19th. But Renato Sanchez has given us a 1-0 lead. Our first opportunity to get forward, and we've taken it well. Nice little 1-2. Was it Sanchez into Tyler Roberts? Yes, then Orlan made a good run, but Sanchez kept his run going. Heavy touch, but was able to get there ahead of the defender and the keeper and bury it nicely into the bottom corner. We are 1-0 up. Lassiet down there to Marlon. Just knock that inside there to Calvin Phillips. Work it around here. Marlon back inside to Orlan. I'll go back to Marlon actually. He's in behind, off the ball, and I'll pull this back looking for Orlan. Oh, good save. That's so unlucky. When you're at the bottom of the table, things do not tend to go your way. And that hasn't gone their way there, Swansea. Really unlucky there. Pulled that back to Orlan. To be fair, he probably should have buried the first one, hit it straight at the keeper, and the second one he shanked, actually, towards the corner. But it went in, and that's the most important thing. We're 2-0 up. No worries about losing this game. Danda, intercepted by Sanchez. We could finish them off before half-time if we can get a third. Try and get that to Orlan. Looking for Renato. And through to Tyler Roberts. Oh, but he couldn't keep that down. We are flying, though, in this first half. Took us a little while to get going. And Swansea had a couple of chances. But as soon as we did get ourselves up and running, it was only ever going to go one way. I might take Marlon off shortly into the second half, just to ensure that he's fit and ready for the game midweek against Ajax. So that game's just as important as this one. In fact, more so. Champions League is really going to take priority in these next couple of games because I really need to turn our form around in that competition. But Orlan could get us a third at the beginning of the second half, but he hasn't quite been able to do so. Deliver the cross with Renato. And underneath this could be Militao. It was, but the keeper's made a smart stop. Could have been 3 or 4 goals to the good here at the beginning of the second half. Sancho brings that down nicely. Just try and turn. Can't get any space, but we can find a ball into Orlan there. Roberts has made a smart turn. Takes it in stride well. And again, the keeper's in the way. And that's going to drop free to a defender to hack clear. Swansea really up against it now. They've been losing on average 3-0 a game. Or very close to it. 2.7-0 a game as it happens. Oh, and there's a third. Yeah, Swansea are done and dusted. They quite simply are not cut out for this Premier League level right now. And we'll have to wait and see how long they go before actually getting a victory in the Premier League. Or even a point. They're certainly not getting anything today. Forward to Tyler Roberts. Calvin Phillips is back there. Here's Renato playing the ball about nicely. Initially, I thought this game might have been pretty difficult with the way that Swansea started the first 20 minutes or so. But as soon as that first goal went in, heads dropped. The quality of football took a big drop as well. It's like they just gave up. They were like, oh, here we go again. Really low morale, you would expect, at Swansea right now, with the situation in the league as it is. And they just don't have any confidence to turn it around. I think, well, we've only scored 1 goal in 10 games, and we're already 1-0 down here. So that's this game gone. And they'll have to start and go again in the next one. Really poor showing from Swansea. I hoped that they would be slightly better. And we could maybe say that, oh, maybe they've been unlucky so far this season to be in the situation they're in. But no, that's not the case. Swansea, quite simply, or this starting 11 they put out here, and if this is the team that they've been playing all season long, just not good enough for this level. And I question how they even managed to get themselves promoted in the first place. Hakimi down the line to Jadon Sancho. And the two Cunha's come on for Orlan. Quick 1-2 with Tyler Roberts. And we could be in for a fourth. Oh, I thought I'd taken that too close. I genuinely thought I'd given the chance away there. But no, Cunha's on the pitch for 3 minutes? 4 minutes? Have a look. When did he come on? 74th. 3 minutes. Orlan out, Cunha in. Renato Sanchez out, McKennie in. McKennie was involved in that move. Got the assist for the assist, I think. And Cunha scores, and we're 4-0 up. Sorry, Swansea. Compounding their misery here, and I almost feel bad for them. Drilled into Zavada there. So off the ball. Are Swansea going to have one more chance to score a goal at Premier League level? Maybe. Zawada? No. Calvin Phillips puts an end to that. Jared Bowen ensures that... Oh, hang on. No, maybe. Pettersson. It was a loose pass from me. Miguel Pettersson. I'm almost wanting them to score here, but I'm not going to gift them a goal. They are going to have to earn it. Decent delivery away by Malacia. They get to that. No. They could shoot here. Tartarotti. Oh, they tried too much. They tried too much. That'll be game. A 4-0 win away from home at the Liberty Stadium. Swansea City will stay rooted to the bottom of the table with just 1 goal in 11 games and no points whatsoever. City drew as well, so that should see us go back top of the table, actually. Pretty sure. 2 goals for Erling Braut Haaland. He continues to be the league's top goal scorer, at least I think he is. His 13th, sorry, his 12th and 13th goals of the season. We certainly could have scored more. Their keeper was playing well. Don't know if we've gone top of the table, actually. I think so. Need to beat Ajax here, though, in this Champions League game. It's going to be vitally important. Oh, no, we're second on goal difference at the minute. 25-5 to their 28-6. Still having a very good season, but I want to get top by points alone, not having to rely on goal difference. Thank you very much. Right, the game is on a Wednesday against Ajax. That gives us 3 days, 4 days to try and recover. We'll wait and see if the starting lineup have... yeah, that's recovered enough. We can play with this team. And crucially, boosting their confidence might be needed as well. Tomorrow's in good form. We see more of him today. Probably not, but we'll wait and see. Last time we played Ajax, they won 2-0. It's a tough battle, but I hope that we can win on this occasion. It's had a bit of a mixed bag. No, but not necessarily been a mixed bag. We've been good. It's been mainly wins, just with a draw and a defeat or two thrown in there. We've been a mixed bag in the Champions League. I'll give them that much, and maybe that's what they're referring to. But I don't think we've been as bad as they potentially were making out there. Right, Ajax at home, and apparently Matheus Cunha wants to still join in, even though he's on the bench. Oh, Lassina Traore even standing inside Matheus Cunha. That must be uncomfortable. Here we go then. Onana in goal for Ajax again. Lassina Traore is going to be a real pain in my arse again for the second game in a row, I would imagine. Looks like a very similar side to the one that played against us last time, although Alvarez is in midfield this time rather than at centre-back. Was a relatively close game against Ajax last time, but they did get themselves up to a 2-0 lead. We have to ensure that we win here. Losing this game would see us almost certainly out, as you fully expect AC Milan to beat CSKA Moscow. A draw would have us with a minimal chance of going through, but really I need to win all 3 of my remaining games. I've just noticed that not only was Matheus Cunha in the menus, he's now stood on the field of play, not moving and like a statue. It's only the second time I think that glitch has happened to me. In fact, I had someone message me on Twitter literally half an hour ago as I'm recording this with something similar happening to them. Tyler Roberts has just walked his way somehow through their midfield and defensive line there to get the shot away. I don't really know how he kept possession there. It's a looped corner that Onana will come to punch. It will only drop as far as Jadon Sancho though. He'll need to show good acceleration and sprint speed to get the ball away. Renato onside here. In there is Daniel Marlon across Tyler Roberts, looking to get around the corner, and Tyler Roberts hits it against the Nana. It's going to fall back to him, and his touch lets him down, and they got fortunate there that the clearance rebounded off the defender. It went straight back to the keeper. Ajax walking a fine line at the minute, although I certainly hope it's not going to be another case of the team playing in white start brightly and then get destroyed, as was the case in the Swansea game. I got caught out there. That's really going to be quite the distraction, having Matheus Cunha stood there. Get to that, get to that, get to that, get to that. Oh, he's offside anyway. Phillips. Forward to Orlan. Nice little turn. Broke the defender's ankles there. Looking for Tyler Roberts. Will find him. Through that gap. Renato. Oh, Jadon, were you onside? Have I played a pass too many? Yes, I have. Challenge, please. Well up, Ben. Good header there. Renato to Calvin Phillips. Forward to Orlan. Look round the corner for the runner, Tyler Roberts. I've got plenty arriving with me here. And Orlan does finally give us the first goal of the game. We are dominating Ajax here. They've barely got into our half. This is the sort of performance we needed in this game desperately. And it's coming. At least so far. Andre Onana's done brilliantly to keep us out to this point. But Tyler Roberts and Erling Braut Haaland are not to be denied for too long. And that's a powerful finish into the top corner. How many goals has he scored in the Champions League now? I'm not sure. Goal number 24. Oh, it's his first goal of the Champions League season. Wow. Well, he's certainly banging them in the Premier League, and now he's off the mark in Europe too. Let's hope it's not the last. Oh, Milan have scored a second goal against CSK Moscow. They're going to be winning there. Callum Hudson-Odoi getting the goal. Could really do with CSK providing some sort of fight back there, but the fact that Milan are winning now, and winning well actually. Oh, I nearly played that to Cunha again. Oh, such a pain in the arse, this glitch. Now that Milan are winning and winning well, they're definitely going to get 3 points there, and it means that we absolutely have to win this game. If we lose now, Milan will go 6 points clear of us, and Ajax will be 9 points clear of us. So we'd have to hope that we could beat Milan and then that they would lose to Ajax on the final day. AC Milan, if they win here and we fail to win, Milan would only need a single point for the remainder of the group stage to ensure that they go through. As Stefan Engel saves Ajax's first attempt to try and get them back in this game. We'll concentrate one game at a time in the Champions League and just... Oh, that hit Renato. That may well have gone in had it not hit my Portuguese central midfielder. That's a terrible throw. Hopefully Hakimi can keep that in, and he's done really well to do so, but awful from the defender, or from the goalkeeper, sorry. Jadon Sancho played in here, though. Cut it back to Renato. Tyler Roberts, I think he's just offside there. He will smash it home, but it's not going to count. Oh, nearly 2-0. Nearly 1-1, to be fair. We'll stay at just 1-0. Ajax to take the free kick. And it's looped in. Militao wins the first header very well indeed, but Marlin can't win the second. Gravenberch back to Traore, tries to back heel, and Militao's in the way again. Has been a very solid signing for us, Ede Militao, but I fouled him with Calvin Phillips there. Now they've got a chance. This 30 yards is a long way out, but they could try something here. Is he going to shoot? He is. It's moving well, but it's far enough out so that Engel has enough time to be able to adjust his feet and get across to it. Militao will get this down the line here looking for Calvin Phillips, and Marlin could get in behind. Oh, he's not strong enough to hold off Dest. We've got 3-0 for AC Milan now. Wow, I feel like I'm going to need a second if I'm going to get victory here, though. Ajax are getting better and better as the half goes on, and it's starting to feel more like the first game against them now than it is how the first half went down. Is that a foul on Hakimi there? Nothing given. Militao away again. All I needs to win this, and does so well. Half an hour left in this game. Oh, Cunha in the way again. Well, despite me having 12 players on the field, Ajax are holding their own quite well here. But Orlan could be in. Please bury this. No, Andre Nana makes another good save. I'm going to make a couple of changes. I'll bring Orlan on, sorry, Cunha on at cam. I'm going to bring Jared Bowen on the left-hand side. And I'll move Marlin up top. I feel like I'm going to need a second because they're getting better and better in this game, Ajax. And it feels inevitable that they're going to score at some point. He ducked underneath that, Cunha. Wouldn't let me change player to the Jared Bowen on the edge of the box there. That's annoying. Jadon Sancho bring this down. There's Militao. Through to Jadon Sancho against a lovely turn. It's a good block by the defender. Perhaps I should have gone for the pass rather than just trying to power past him with Jadon. Never mind. 25 minutes to go. Another goal. AC Milan 4-0 up now in Russia. They're certainly not taking any risks, are they, Milan? Making sure that even goal difference is going to be heavily in their favour, let alone the points tally. But if we can beat them in the final, it's going to be the final day of the Champions League group stage at least. Listen to Traore through the gap. Keeper's going to come and does get there. I just need to stay calm. If I can stay calm, play good football, we will get this win. Hakimi. Oh, no! I tried to play that to Cunha. I still haven't adjusted to the fact that he's sat there not moving. Still keeps catching my eye as a white shirt that's free. AC Milan make it 5 against CSK now. They're dominating them in Russia. Rebatai back to Alvarez inside, and Phillips intercepts, and we'll get that through there to Jared Bowen, and a counter-attack of sorts is on. Cunha could send Jared away again. We'll look to do that. He takes it in his stride. Well, Dest is quick. He's not quick enough to keep up with Jared Bowen. Inside looking for Marlin. Can't get it to him. Win that, please. Well up, Eder. Bowen switch across to Jadon Sancho. Renato. Cunha. Looking for Marlon. Cunha again. Yes! There's 2! Only 3.5 minutes to go. But finally, we have that breakthrough. Oh, we're going to win here. We're going to win here. And it's massively important that we have done. Especially with AC Milan just utterly destroying CSKA Moscow. We've got CSKA tomorrow. So we'll know that the final day of the Champions League group stage against AC Milan will decide whether we go through or not. Providing we beat CSKA Moscow tomorrow. Because if we don't beat CSKA Moscow and Ajax get anything against... Sorry, AC Milan get anything against Ajax on match day 5 in the group stage, then we will be out before we get to that final game. But we made the most of the opportunity there. I can't believe AC Milan went and hammered Moscow by 5-0. We did our part. Team comes first. Sorry for Gaio. He'll play in the next game against Aston Villa. We were more determined this time. We absolutely could not lose. Never in doubt. I was in doubt a little bit, but we were able to make sure that we got the win. Right. Level on points with Manchester City. It's goal difference alone that sees them top the table at this stage. Let's get a victory against Villa here. We'll have to play with the rotation 11. Let's get a victory against Villa here and hope that City either drop points or that we can win by a bigger margin. I might restart the save just to ensure that Cunha disappears and hopefully he won't be stood on the field again. Right, Villa are lining up as follows. Jed Steer in goal for them. Gilbert, Konsa, Mings and Suarez at the back. Sturger, Douglas Luiz and Grassi through the middle with Bakayev, Wesley and Demarai Gray up top. On the bench, nothing too impressive. Let's make it 3 wins from 3, shall we? Early to Jamie Shackleton. Tyler Adams getting forward, wanting to make an impression now that he's out of the starting lineup. Weston McKennie can make an impression. Wow, he certainly has made an impression. We lead by 1-0 inside 4 minutes at home against Aston Villa. Weston McKennie with his first goal of his Leeds United career. Tyler Adams getting forward and getting heavily involved. Both the Americans proving that they could still stand a chance and get themselves into the first team between now and the end of the season. You guys called for Calvin Phillips to be called up to the first team again. And we are playing well today. We'll wait and see if that change makes a big impact longer term. But certainly, on today's evidence and this game's evidence so far, Calvin Phillips back into the starting lineup and Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie as a midfield pairing in the rotation side does appear to be having the right effect on the way we've been playing. Wesley. Oh, Cooper got something on that. Tamori just outmuscles Wesley. It's not the easiest of players to get off the ball, to be fair, but we've done just enough there. Emerson still has Jared Bowen here with him. Forward to Cunha. Bit of space here for Adams, who again is pushing forward and could play Jamie Shackleton in here, who looks to do the same for Saint-Maximin. Weston McKennie is there, and that's Cunha. Takes it in his stride well. Oh, and couldn't be more unlucky in the finish. Adams keeps it in play though. Saint-Maximin could still get us our second, and then Cunha, I think, was actually the man in the way of that. Atal to McKennie, to Shackleton, to Bowen, and eventually we aren't able to find the pass we need, and we lose possession. Oh, could Cunha have come any closer to getting a second there? I don't think he could. Oh, but now they might be going on the other end and equalising. Grassi across to Demarai Gray. Delivered well on the volley. Whew, at some pace, but wide. Good header with Emerson. Down to McKennie. Shackleton across to Tyler Adams. Through the gap to Cunha. Man on my shoulder. He's doing really well. Cunha fighting hard to try and keep hold of the ball, but we can't do it. And it does look like it's going to be 1-0 at half-time. Unless they score on this counter-attack, which they could do. Douglas Luiz has a lot of space to try and find the right pass. He's found a pass, but it's not the right pass. We're going to clear it away. And bosh! That'll be half-time. Douglas Luiz. Step over. Oh, plays it inside, and we've just been able to get that away. That was a really tricky ball to deal with. Into Jamie Shackleton here, and then out to Jared Bowen. Drop the shoulder. Oh, brilliant tackle by Rafa Suarez. He's done really well there. That was superb. Grassy down the line. Emerson trying to outmuscle Suarez. He goes to ground, and a foul's given. They're making a change here. They are. Early in the second half. What's that going off and coming on? Is he going to tell me? We'll find out in a moment. It should say top left. Bakayev going off for Villa. Wow. He came off the bench specifically from that free kick to do that. Radonjic on the field for a matter of seconds, and his first touch brings Villa level. That is outrageous from Aston Villa. What a header as well. The delivery from the free kick, the camera couldn't even pan properly. It was hit so hard. He's been on the field 4 seconds and he scored a goal. That's disgusting from Aston Villa. They've pulled it back to 1-1. Shackleton. Looking for Tyler Adams. Played in well. Shackleton. Here's McKennie. He's already got one. Can he set up a second? We'll get back to Jared Bowen, who will look to bend it. It's cannoned off. Tyrone Mings still pinging around in the Aston Villa box. Wesley Turnsey and Tomori should win that off him and has done well to do so. McKennie into Tyler Adams. Bit of space here for Cunha. Even more space out wide here for Saint-Maximin. Going to need to find the right pass at the right time. Here's a towel. Back there to McKennie. Oh, it's Tyler Adams even. Dropped the shoulder. McKennie's there on the edge of the box. It's a poor pass. Tyler Adams just didn't really react to the fact the ball was there. Round the corner. Oh, Jared Bowen in a good position. Jared! We lead again! They're not level for long, Aston Villa. Jared Bowen gets himself a goal. And we have our lead back. Down the line. Saint-Maximin wins it, but Sturger gets to the loose ball first. Villa have Swansea next. Oh, I don't expect Swansea to get anything from that game either. Here's Radonjic towards the back post. Engels punched. It's not gone far, but thankfully it's gone far enough. McKennie, Adams and Shackleton will get rid of it. And Bowen can come forward. Now, there is a bit of a gap between between now and the next game for that international break. So we don't need to worry about having to rest players for the time being or for the remainder of this month. Go on, Jamie. It's good movement from him. Oh, but he hasn't got the presence of mind to be able to get that under control there. Just turned away from it as the ball dropped free. We have a couple of weeks break, as I was saying, so we should be able to deal with November comfortably enough, fixture congestion-wise. It's December and January that, again, are going to cause us significant concern. And to be fair, if we go all the way in the FA Cup again this year and the Champions League, this is probably going to be the last month where we have a relatively comfortable fixture list. Every month from now on, for the entirety of the rest of the season, is going to be really difficult. With regards to squad management, we have to hope that we get minimal injuries, no suspensions, and that players can perform to their maximum for the entirety of the rest of the season. But if you're to win multiple trophies, that's what you have to do anyway. Regardless of how busy the fixture list is, you need to play at your absolute best for as long as possible to ensure that you get all those trophies in. We've gotten one so far this season in the Community Shield, which we're very happy to have gotten. We haven't added to that with the UEFA Super Cup, but we're still in with a shout of 4 trophies this year. 4 mainstream trophies and 5 total with the Community Shield being counted. We're going to win here against Villa though by 2-1. I hope and pray. Don't tell me I've said that now. Oh, heart in mouth. So saw the ball against the net. I thought for a minute he'd squeeze that in at the near post as I jinxed myself another time. 95% of the time I would have jinxed myself there and that would have snuck in at the near post. On this occasion, we've gotten away with it. Who does City have? They're not playing on Saturday. They're playing on Sunday or Monday, perhaps. Well, that will put us top of the table then. Time to focus on the next match, which won't be for a little while, as we say. Every match is difficult, and that one was, to be fair. Douglas Luiz played well, but we just played our game, and in the end, we ran out winners, which I'm very happy to have done. And we are top of the table with Manchester City there on 28 points, but with a game in hand. Now, I can't recall actually who it is that we have in tomorrow's episode. I don't think any of the games were looking that difficult. Jadon Sanchez saying thank you for the first team football. He's playing well, but I could perhaps do with a couple more goals from him. We have Brighton, CSK Moscow and Tottenham. Okay. Brighton should be pretty straightforward. CSK Moscow, with the rotated 11, I hope should be pretty straightforward. A transfer offer for Ben White of £164 million. Jesus. Which we shall reject. City have won their game in hand and go back top again, frustratingly. But we shall start tomorrow then with Brighton. And then we'll crack on, fingers crossed, get victory against CSK Moscow and hope that Ajax can do us a favour against AC Milan. If Ajax can beat AC Milan and we can beat CSK Moscow, then on the final day of the Champions League season, or the Champions League group stage, we may only need a point. Although actually, Milan having won 5-0 against CSKA, that might mean that they're well clear of us some goal difference as well. So I'm not sure. All we know is we need to beat CSKA, and then we'll have to wait and see what happens against AC Milan. But that will be in the episode after that. Orlan leads the way in the Premier League with regards to goal scoring. Let's hope that he can continue to bang them in tomorrow. I'll see you then.